Hi guys. So today we're gonna be doing my eyebrow tutorial. If you would like to see how I got my eyebrows on fleek, continue to watch. Okay, let's get into this eyebrow routine. For this, you'll only need concealer, eyebrow pencil. I'm using the Maybeline Ultra Slim. You'll need a brow definer brush. It's just like a little flat top brush. A eyeshadow brush or a concealer blending brush. I like to use the one that's kind of like finer at the ends, and I'll show you why. So let's get right into it. So you'll take your eyebrow pencil, not too much of it, and let's start on this brow. Okay, so take your spoolie on your pencil, or a spoolie if you don't have a pencil, and you just brush out the brow. And I have a mirror to the side of me, so I'm going to be looking to the side because I don't want to mess my own brows up trying to show you all. So let's start. I said this one, yeah. So what you want to do is start at the bottom of your brow, and as you can see, I have my hands on the end of the pencil because I don't want to apply too much pressure to it because you don't want a harsh line on your brow. So what you want to do is take a pencil and 2 strokes, just a little minor little strokes, not too much pressure, just little strokes. And then you can start going a little hard if you see spots where you just know that it's not going to look right, or you see your bald spots or whatever you have in your eyebrows and you just see that it's an imperfection to you. Go ahead and fix that for you. So then you take your spoolie and you're going to brush that line into your brow. Brush it upwards. If you brush it down, you'll be messing up the shape of your brow. So brush it upwards. So after that, so I like to work on the front portion of my brow first before I move on to the ending portion, because the front portion seems to be, to me, it's what makes or breaks the eyebrow, because you can do the end however you want, but if that front portion looks too thick or too square or too boxy, it's just, that doesn't flow with me. I don't like that look. So I then go to the top of my brow, but when I go to the top, I don't start all the way here. I start there. So then I move it over. And because my brow is bald right here, you know, this hair seems to not just, it doesn't want to grow back at all. So I apply a little bit more pressure when I get to that portion because it's been like that since like high school. I remember I cut my brows off completely, like thinking I was grown when I was in like maybe a freshman. I cut my brows off completely and it was terrible. I tried to hide it from my mom and wear bangs so she wouldn't see. Man, I embarrassed myself. So where your arch begins and where you want your arch to stop. So I did a line from the beginning all the way until my arch. It took me a minute to find my arch too. Listen, I didn't have no arch. I didn't. My eyebrows just finally started growing in maybe last year when I got them, like kept getting them threaded. So once I got my eyebrows on a routine, I finally started to establish my arch. So with your arch, you want to go ahead and just lightly pencil that in. Just lightly. Lightly pencil that in. And brush it out. So right now, I'm satisfied with the way that looks. I'm satisfied with that. I like that. But your eyebrow's gonna pop once you put your concealer up under it to shape it to how you want it. So now let's move on to this brow. As you do your other brow, keep in mind your eyebrows are stepsisters. They're not twin, they shouldn't look completely alike because your hair on both eyebrows are most likely not the same, and the way that your eyebrow is shaped is most likely not the same. So you want to make sure that you don't get too much in your head that, oh, I want it to look exactly like this one, because 9 times out of 10 it's not going to look like that. So again, with this one, I'm going to start here and just do little strokes. Little strokes. Now you see, I'm so used to doing my brows that I forgot I was recording. So, sorry. So again, you go on the bottom to your arch line. So you can see I drew that line. That's where my arch is going to be starting right here. So now I'll move on to the top. You can start forming it. See, I know I have different directions for each brow because I know how my brows are. And this brow, you'll see, you always gonna have a favorite brow. If you don't have a favorite brow, comment down below because I always have a favorite brow. And I'm gonna show y'all my favorite brow once I'm done. So yeah, you just fill it in and you start to do your ending portion of your brow too. So, and as you can see, this side had a little bit more hair here. This one doesn't. So I take my pencil and I just lightly fill that in, lightly. And then you spoolie everything. Spoolie the whole brow, but go in a upward motion because you don't want your brows to be down. Like, who wants down brows? So now we're done filling them in. We're gonna move on to concealing them. If I don't drop it. This is a fresh concealer. I know y'all used to my little barely have anything left. But this one's fresh, y'all. Fresh. Literally just went at it. So just with these, you gotta work it until you can get some product out of it. Okay. So now for concealer. What I do with my concealer is I start here and I just place it. Just place it onto where you want to conceal. Just like that. So I didn't have enough, so let me add a little bit more. So now the concealer shapes the brow for you. So I go under, I just sweep it around. Then I take the same brush and I take that line I made and I swipe it down. So swipe it downwards. Then I take my eyeshadow brush and I just help blend that in some. Help blend it in. So you have it like that. Now let's move on to the next brow. We're gonna continue to clean them up as we go because we still have to work on that top. So go to the next brow and you want to take some concealer, and I just take some to cover it. So And then you start again the same way. And you just swipe it down. So now I take and I pull it down. Pull it down. Pull it down. And you want to make sure it's all nice and clean. So take your eyeshadow brush and wipe it down. Just like that. So if you see any parts of your brow at this point where you will want to like touch it up, like I see this part right here, I want to touch it up, so add some more pencil, because once you go to the top, you're going to continue to form your brow even more. So now let's work on the top of our brows. So it's kind of weird angle I have to sit, but let's see. So at the top, I don't start at the top. I start in the, I don't start at the front. I start in the middle because I just don't like too much concealer on the top. So for the middle, start here and I just sweep it back, turn it. It's like a, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a curve in your hand that you have to do to make sure that you are getting the perfect shape that you want. So go back and go over that. So at this point is where you can start manipulating your end of your brow to make it pointy or however you like it. So then you take your eyeshadow brush and you blend in that concealer. Start at the bottom because that's where you added some more of your correcting. So then you just clean up the side portion of your brow. Again, I didn't get my brows done, so my hairs are kind of unruly at this point. Yeah. So then you move to the top of your brow and you just do that. So when you talk about the front of your brow, you take the brush and you brush that going forward, because the top of your brow you really don't have to clean up that much because that's not really a problem area for me. Now if it's for you, you can conceal that portion as well, but for me it's not really my problem area. So I just take my eyeshadow brush and I just clean up my entire brow. I use my finger also to blend in the concealer a little bit more, because if you're doing like an everyday routine, you don't want to have to put foundation on top of your everything if you don't feel like wearing foundation that day. So now we're going to move on to this brow. Comment down below if you think you know which brow is my favorite before I spoil it. So we're going to move on to this brow. Again, starting in the center, I'm going to wipe it over and then kind of turn your wrist a little bit to make the shape of the brow how you want it. So I went a little bit further on this one because I have a spot right there and I'm trying to get rid of it. So again, it's your preference. But I'm trying to get rid of that little mark on my brow. I don't need that messing up my brows now. So yeah. Then after I conceal them, make sure all the concealer is on them, I take my spoolie and I brush them upwards just to blend it all in together. Brush it upwards. And that's it. That is my eyebrow routine. It's nothing, it's real easy. It's a real simple routine. If you'd like to see me use the gel or the pots of, y'all know what I'm talking about, the eyebrow gel, I can also do a tutorial on that too. Comment down below what you'd like to see. But I hope this was easy and helpful for some. And if you have any questions about, you know, something, just let me know in the comment section and I will definitely respond and try to help you to my best of my ability. But thanks for watching.